A baby burning toddlers alive, a barbershop quartet singing about AIDS, a newborn abandoned in a dumpster. Somehow, all this aired on primetime TV with a TV-14 rating. That's Family Guy. No filter, no apologies. Today, we're breaking down why Family Guy was never meant for kids, how the show weaponized controversy for ratings, and the episode's too dark to even air. If you're ready for Family Guy Unfiltered, hit subscribe right now, and let's get into it. There are two episodes in particular that stand out for being so controversial that even Fox had to say, not so fast. For once, Fox reacted faster than Peter pulls a beer from the fridge. When You Wish Upon a Weinstein, intended as the season 3 finale, centers around Peter's quest to find a Jewish person to help him with his finances. The episode was deemed offensive by Fox due to its portrayal of Jewish stereotypes and was pulled from the lineup. It wasn't until years later that the episode was aired and later released on DVD, highlighting the network's initial hesitation to broadcast such content. We know that Season 8 had a lot of controversial topics, but there was this one episode, Partial Terms of Endearment, that dealt with the topic of abortion. This was a subject considered too controversial for broadcast television at the time. Fox chose not to air the episode, and even Adult Swim, the network's late-night programming block, refused to broadcast it. Although the episode was eventually released on DVD, its initial ban underscores the sensitivity of the topic and the show's willingness to tackle it. Abortion jokes? Too hot for primetime, but hey, DVD release? Cool enough. But these are just the episodes that Fox refused to air. The real darkness is in the episodes that were aired and are still being aired. So, let's start by discussing some moments that almost crossed every boundary out there. In the episode The Cleveland Loretta Quagmire, Peter joins a barbershop quartet to deliver the news of Mr. Devaney's AIDS diagnosis. The song's lyrics are blunt and jarring.
You have AIDS.
Yes, you have AIDS.
I hate to tell you, boy, that you have AIDS.
This musical number drew evident criticism for its insensitivity towards a serious health crisis, highlighting the show's penchant for dark humor. Prom Night Dumpster Baby is a song featured in the episode Airport 07, where a newborn baby sings about being abandoned in a dumpster after prom night. The lyrics include,
I'm just a prom night dumpster baby. I got no mom or dad.
While the song is presented with a catchy tune, the subject matter, teen pregnancy and abandonment, is anything but lighthearted. In Chick Cancer, Stewie sets a playhouse on fire with two toddlers inside after feeling betrayed. The scene is pretty unsettling, with Stewie's casual demeanor contrasting sharply with the gravity of his actions. In Road to the North Pole, Stewie and Brian, disguised as Santa and his elf, invade a family's home, tie up the parents, and leave the children alone. The scene is so dark and absurd that people were left wondering how the makers blended holiday themes with unconventional humor. In the episode Movin' Out, a fake promotion for The Simpsons appears on the screen. Things turn absolutely horrific when Quagmire appears and he forces himself on Marge off-screen, only for her to like it and take him home. When Homer walks in, Quagmire shoots the entire family. Unsurprisingly, Fox said no way and pulled the joke from the air.
You shot my homie! I'm calling the police! I can remember, Mom and Dad are dead. Oh no! Who will pay for my saxophone lessons?
They later told the producers of both shows that they could no longer attack each other. The gag was eventually reinstated for the DVD release, for all to watch in disbelief and disgust. There is a very unique episode of Family Guy called The Death of Cecil Pritchfield, which featured limited commercial breaks, an extended runtime, no cutaways, and the presence of Sir Ian McKellen. He played Dr. Cecil Pritchfield, a child psychologist who attempts to dig through Stewie's psyche. He eventually breaks through the facade, but begins to suffer from a heart attack. He asks Stewie to get his medication, but the baby is unwilling to help as the psychologist knows his deepest secrets. Stewie sees an opportunity and watches Cecil die, although he later feels extremely guilty. The episode may have all been a dream, but it may have also been a memory. Either way, Stewie did a pretty dark thing, and he was well aware of it. We know how Quagmire has a long history of being obsessed with his, well, physical desires. In one episode, his carefree lifestyle seemingly catches up with him. In Season 8, Episode 6, Quagmire's Baby, Glenn Quagmire discovers he's the father of a newborn baby girl after she is left at his doorstep. Naming her Anna Lee just for an innuendo, Quagmire struggles to raise a kid while continuing his activities. He eventually chooses to let her get adopted by a new family. Just as Peter praises him for his sacrifice, Quagmire makes it really inappropriate by saying he may see her in 18 years. No matter how you interpret that phrase, the implications of that statement are incredibly disturbing.
I'm proud of you, Quagmire. Thanks, man. Hey, who knows? Maybe I'll bump into her in 18 years. What? Did you really think I was gonna change that much?
Although we get that Quagmire is supposed to be sleazy, this joke is way too disgusting, even for him. Seth MacFarlane is the show's creator and the primary voice behind several main characters, and his Wrist Student short led directly to the Fox series pickup. From episode 1, viewers noticed the brand of humor that would define the show: rude, irreverent, sometimes gross, and always pushing the envelope. Now, if you still want receipts for the Not for Kids tagline, you can start with reviewers and watchdogs who classified the show as an adult animated sitcom and often give fewer advisories for mature themes. Parents Television Council, one of the most persistent family watchdog groups in the US, has repeatedly called out Family Guy for sexual content, profanity, and scenes they say eroticize or normalize violence, and those campaigns grabbed headlines. Family Guy's long habit of dark or edgy jokes, including sexual humor about teenagers, crude violence, and irreverent religious parody, routinely triggered formal complaints and press coverage. For example, the BBC has publicly condemned at least one episode for depicting the sexual assault of the family's daughter, Meg Griffin, calling it unacceptable for broadcast, and rightly so. That press release from the BBC explicitly named the episode and criticized Fox for airing it with only a TV-14 rating. Which parent would want their 14-year-old to watch a character being sexually assaulted in the name of humor and comedy? The show's tone also means that critics who look at content rather than animation style routinely conclude the target audience is adults. So yes, the Not for Kids label isn't just fans' opinion, it's a consensus judgment reflected in ratings, guidance, and watchdog commentary. But the show's history is messy and fascinating. It was cancelled twice in its early run due to ratings, then resurrected because of rabid fan support through DVD sales and strong rerun ratings on Adult Swim, which itself is an adult-targeted cable block. Yet, despite the controversies, Family Guy has been recognized by the TV Academy and critics with awards and nominations, including Primetime Emmys for categories like voiceover performance and music and lyrics. When cartoon characters are used to stage crude, sexual, or violent gags, a sizable portion of viewers and watchdogs will rate that as a line crossed, even if the show claims parody. That's why episodes that include sexual material involving teenage characters or scenes that depict sexual violence as a punchline generate such intense pushback and calls for censorship. And if you still need evidence, then just sit down and watch any season of Family Guy, and then ask yourself, would you show this to a 10-year-old? This show has gotten cancelled twice, and we can all see why. Just because it's a cartoon doesn't mean it's for kids. This show was labeled as the worst primetime show for family viewing for a reason. In fact, a lot of reasons for that matter. But what do you think? If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more. And let us know, which controversial curtain should we pull next? See you in the next video.